Apple can only feasibly use CXMT Spec LPDDR5X chips within the iPhone 18e, but Bank of America thinks Apple's main target is to increase its bargaining power. It never did make much sense for Apple to procure DRAM from CXMT for exclusive use within China. After all, the DRAM's specs are decidedly inferior, suitable only for budget offerings that do not command much volume within the Asian giant's market. Even so, a major U.S. bank has now offered a simpler explanation behind Apple's willingness to risk the ire of the Trump administration, and it all might have to do with negotiation leverage. Apple is trying to use CXMT's LPDDR5X chips as the proverbial bogeyman in its power play with the so-called Big Three. First, the Financial Times reported recently that Apple was lobbying the Trump administration for clearance to buy DRAM from CXMT, which remains in a Pentagon blacklist for its connections to China's People Liberation Army. Then, just last week, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman disclosed that Apple was working with the Trump administration to minimize any blowback in Washington if it does end up procuring memory resources from CXMT and YMTC for its products sold in China. Of course, as we noted at the time, the move never made much economic sense, especially as a lot of CXMT's capacity is locked behind long-term agreements or LTAs. Its massive I-focused DDR capacity is of no use to Apple, while the limited LPDDR capacity comes at prices that are equivalent to those from Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron, and finally, its DRAM can only be used for products sold within China. Now, however, the Bank of America has just published an interesting note that places Apple's confounding CXMT-related move within a rational framework. The Bank of America starts by correctly pointing out that Apple can't meaningfully adopt CXMT's DRAM due to